The deadly side of heroin taking hold in the valley. Wait till you hear how one man finally turned away from temptation. Heroin use in the U.S. is up 90% over the last decade. It's a sad number coming from the Center for Disease Control, plaguing even our valley hospitals. St. Luke's in Phoenix and Tempe say they're seeing more users along with the overdoses. ABC 15's Mary Ellen Resendez met up with a valley woman who was once caught up in a web of heroin addiction and how it took his roommate.
It was just a few months ago when Paul, a former heroin user, called 911. He had found his roommate in their apartment overdosed from heroin.
Doing CPR on your best friend that's passed away.
As Paul tried to save his best friend, he could see himself.
Having to watch as people's lives crumble and as parents question, did they do enough, as girlfriends question.
Paul battled his heroin addiction for a decade, nearly losing his life 3 times to overdose. 2 of them were in the very same day.
I wake up and someone's, giving me CPR and I come to and I realize what happened, and the ambulance gets there and the only thought in my mind is where'd the heroin go?
Heroin is a daily reality in the streets of Phoenix.
St. Luke's Hospital in Phoenix and Tempe see firsthand the effects of heroin use in the valley. It has become so commonplace, patients are upfront about their usage, but it is heartbreaking to medics.
There's not a day that goes by that at least 2 or 3 of my patients don't admit that heroin is part of their drug pattern.
Paul says scoring heroin on the streets can be easier than purchasing alcohol. There's no age limit. But there's something else that doesn't have an age limit: recovery and hope. He's been sober now for 5 years.
Life today is beyond my wildest dreams, It's a life worth living.
If you feel someone is using, don't just look for the drugs. Look for the unaccounted time, the unaccounted money, and most of all, the detachment from family and friends. In Tempe, Mary Ellen Resendez, ABC 15 News.